Pull up in the monster automobile gangster with a bad that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, I'm in the Tonka color of Willy Wonka. You can be the king, but watch the queen conquer. Okay. Hey there, my name is Vandila Rose and welcome back to my channel. Wow. So, in today's video, we will be going through some of my old paintings. Mainly paintings that I did from 2013 till around 2017. That's because most of the paintings I've done from 2020 till now, I don't really have them with me. So, make do with what we have. It's gonna be entertaining all the same. Before we get started, get comfortable, get some snacks, some water, some juice, whatever it is, and let's go down memory lane together. The paintings I'll be showing will not be in order because I didn't write down at the back the years, so I can't really remember, but it's all good. So we'll start off with this one. I think I called it Harmony. I was trying to experiment with a little bit of abstract with a little bit of melanin, and this is what I came up with. No, I think this was called Serenity or Serendipity or something like that. It just feels so calm. Next is a phoenix, and it was inspired by a quote that my close friend created. She's a writer, so she wrote that, and I found that so beautiful because if you know the story of phoenixes, although they're mythical creatures, they get reborn from the ashes. So it's just that thought or that reality that no matter how much you try or fail, you can always get back up, be reborn, reinvent yourself, no matter where you are in life, your age. And I just found that to be so beautiful. So I created this phoenix, and I used a reference from an artist called Lena Danya. She's awesome too. This is somewhat of a self-portrait. I think what had happened at the time is I had leftover paint from other things I was doing, so I thought, why not create this? I like how dark and moody it is. Can't really see much detail, but it's the feeling is there. It feels so somewhat dark and gloomy. I think I did this in 2013. So at the time I wasn't really investing in my art, so I would just use scrap paper that I had around me, and yeah, it got the job done. These next two are a set that, you know, go together. I've been thinking about remaking this painting. I don't know why I haven't yet. I probably should. It's pretty cool. So this first one is, I don't know if you can tell, it's a person whose head is a tornado, and it's in a picture frame, so you can see the tornado and the water splashing out of the picture frame. That's pretty cool. And the second one is a person, and that's their brain, which is within a cage. They're standing in the middle of the road. Again, it's within a picture frame. And I guess I was just painting from an emotional place, feeling kind of trapped somewhat at the time. Yeah, so I would love to redo these paintings and see how different they would be now than from when I did these. I believe I did these in 2013, so 10 years ago. Wow. Next, we have the one and only Frida Kahlo. And if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'll know that she is one of my favorite artists. She's awesome. And so is her work. And can you believe in her entire lifetime, the most amount of money she made was $1,000 US? That is horrendous, considering how iconic and how timeless she is. This was a fun painting to do. Next is an illustration for a children's book I illustrated in 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And the book was written by James J. Mawaka, and it's called Keke Misses Home. I've put all the links and everything down below if you want to check it out. You should. It's an amazing book. And no, I'm not biased. This illustration, however, didn't make the cut, but it's still quite cute. And this is Keke. And here's a sample I did. Before we started, we're still trying to figure out what the illustration would look like aesthetically, but we ended up going for this style. And the Amazon link is down below in the description.
Pull up in the Sri Lanka. What?
This is the one and only Nicki Minaj. Okay, first things first, I'll eat your brains, and then I'll start rocking gold teeth and fangs, cause that's what a monster do. Hairdresser from Milan, that's the monster do. And I did this in 2013 using oil pastels. At the time, I was really into her music. I happened to also have that super bass. I don't really know what I meant by that, but you know, take it as you will. And I'm all up in the bank with the funny face. You think I'm fake? I ain't noticed cause my money ain't... Yeah, this is, I'm sure you can tell this is her. I mean, look at the hair. And that was during her bangs days, so definitely her. And this is my hand. Oh dear, it's stuck. Okay, so this is my hand. And this was a time I loved green nail polish. That was my thing, I would say. But yeah, I really like the detail of this. I think I would like to redo this, but at a larger scale. Then again, yeah, actually, forget what I was about to say. I would like to redo this at a larger scale. Next is 21 Pilots. Wow. Major throwback. So, once upon a time, I was a really huge fan of 21 Pilots. And I want to do a little boasting here. I don't know if this is boasting, but I want to do a little boasting and say, I was listening to them before they became mainstream. Like, I was there. Okay, no. But yeah, so I created this painting during my 21 Pilot days, and crazy enough, he liked it on Instagram. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Okay, so this isn't a drawing, clearly, but this is usually how I sketch out paintings that I want to do. I usually just scribble things on and hope for the best. Some of these paintings I have created, some of these I haven't. For instance, this one is this. And this one came out like this. This one, if you can see it, is this. And this came out like this. The idea I had behind this, I don't think it came out pretty good. But this is a woman, obviously, in a red dress that ends up blending in with a waterfall. And she's in the forest for some reason. Actually, there was a reason. I did another painting or drawing of her. So this is her as well. So she's in the forest. She has a few scars. I guess she's been through a lot in life, and she's trying to walk into the light. Not really death, but just, you know, a better reality, a better life. So she's in the forest. And I guess as she comes to the end is when she reaches the waterfall, and she lets go of, you know, whatever is holding her back, whatever is keeping her down, and now she feels anew, refreshed, if one would say. There was supposed to be some birds here symbolizing, you know, the freedom she's feeling. It's a whole story. It's a shame you can't really tell, but it's a pretty interesting story, I'd say. Next, I don't really know what phase I was in when I created this, but all I do know is that this drawing was inspired by the song Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead. If you're in a mood, I would recommend listening to that song. I really like how moody and mysterious and kind of spooky it is and feels. Like, who or what is this figure? What do you want from me? Who sent you? And can you leave, please? Because I want to live. If you're a bad guy, I want to live. Next, I don't know. I saw this photo on the internet, thought it was cool. Couldn't paint his eyes, and I left it at that. Let's move on. Something else that is unfinished. I'm not sure what I was trying to go for here. And then there is this one. So, as you can see, this person is hurt, and they're in, I think I was trying to go for a motel room type of vibe. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully they got some stitches, because that looks really bad. This is something I also never finished, as you can tell. And I can't really remember the story behind this, but I kind of want to recreate it. I don't know if she's wearing a straight jacket or is she just in a room, a white room. Any idea or suggestions would be very, very helpful and appreciated. I don't know what had inspired me to paint this, but it felt right, and I really love this painting actually. It's very simple but very powerful in my opinion. And here's another painting. I really like this because, again, it's so moody. I guess back then that was what I was usually going for, just something moody and dark. Not necessarily sad, but just mellow, I guess would be the right word to use. I don't know if this is a weird thing to say, but I really want a sweater like this. You know those sweaters which are borderline aesthetically cute, and a granddad sweater which is oversized and so comfy. Yeah, I've yet to find that sweater, but one day. This was somewhat of a self-portrait. I do not know for the life of me why I made myself that light. Please don't ask any questions, because I do not have any answers. This painting is also somewhat moody, somewhat dark. One side of him is black and white, but his environment and surroundings is quite vibrant and happy. And one side of him is quite happy and vibrant, but his environment sucks. I actually did redo this painting and I added more detail and such, but awesome enough, someone bought that painting. So who knows, maybe I could redo this now and see, you know, just that side-by-side difference in how far I've come with my art. I think that'll be pretty cool. And here we go, Madame Boss Lady with the shades on. She looks like the type to wear shades indoors. I don't know how I feel about that. Here's another painting I did of a lady who I think is a model. I saw on Tumblr, because Tumblr was live. One thing that I really liked about this painting is I realized that this was a painting that kind of showed progress that I had made within my paintings, because at the time I couldn't tell if I was getting better, was I staying the same. But when I created this one, I noticed difference, especially when it came to details like the ear and the lips. I was able to see more detail and implement it, and I felt really proud of myself. I think this is also another reason why I really like this painting. Here we are, the creme de la resistance. What? No. Okay, so this painting is called Fathers and Sons, and that's pretty much the subject, father and son. And it's just talking about, you know, fatherhood, black families. There's an Ankara print at the back, and I was inspired by Picasso's style of painting and artists who paint somewhat abstract and flat paintings, and I wanted to try it for myself, and this is what I came up with. I remember when people would see this painting, their first reaction is, why are their eyes and eyebrows floating? Like, what's going on here? But I thought that's what made it even cooler, you know? And I still do, actually. It's not framed anymore because I was moving, and so I removed the frame because, of course, I couldn't pack it. So I probably will frame it again soon because it will end up damaging the painting. But anyway, this is one of my favorites as well. So I had a bunch of spray paint left over from a previous project I was working on, and I didn't want to waste it. So, and I had a free canvas available, so I thought, why not just spray it on? Actually, part of it underneath was, I think I used acrylic or something. I used some sort of paint, and then I just sprayed all over it at the top. I still can't say if this is complete or if this needs something added onto it. I honestly can't tell, and because of that, it's been this way for years and years and years. I think I did this in 2017, so the past 6 years I haven't figured out what I want to do with this, but when I do, I will do it. Last but not least is this one. This, I will say, is one of the first paintings I ever did, because for a long period of time I was just sketching and drawing, and then I decided to start venturing into painting, and I did that pretty recently. I think I started really making the effort of learning, or teaching myself rather, how to paint in 2013. So this was the first one I ever did. Yeah, I really like, again, how moody it is. The subject matter, I don't know if you can tell, but she's crying and she's releasing, these are not necessarily birds, but they're not really moths. I don't really know what they are, but they're being released, and since she can finally breathe. Oh, so thanks for going down memory lane with me. News bloopers are amazing. Side note. Thanks for going down memory lane with me. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did. Till we meet next time, do check out my Instagram page where I show more of my art, at least the ones which are more current, like my baby behind me. She's called I forgotten the name. Oh dear. You will see it on the screen. Goodness me. But I do love this painting. I really do. Outside of Instagram, I do have a blog that I haven't posted on in a while, but I'm getting back to it, you know. Got a little things brewing, but it's a blog I use to post the thoughts behind my paintings, and I guess their meanings and such like that. Such things. And I also have a shop you can check out, which is easily accessed if you're within Kenya, and if you're not, you could just email me or DM me. All my information is down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please stay hydrated. You know, my brother came for me the other day saying, you always say or tell people to stay hydrated, yet you have never drank water in any of your videos. And I was offended because, first of all, who you think you is? And second of all, excuse you. So here you go. Practice what you preach. That's some good water. So please stay hydrated like me. And I hope to see you on the next one. Now let me get this straight. Wait, I'm the rookie, but my features and my shows 10 times your pay? 50K for a verse? No, I'll